Hey everyone, TooneySA here, back with my next One Life challenge, and today we are doing Crash Bandicoot, The Wrath of Cortex. How far can I get in a single life? Again, if you've not seen my previous 3 videos on Crash 1, Crash 2, Crash 3 Insane, go back and watch them, because I may spoil them during this video. I'm playing using the GameCube version of the game, as that's the game that runs best for me. I believe there are some differences between the PS2 version and the GameCube version, but like not enough to make a massive difference. It's just the GameCube version runs a little bit better for me than the PS2 version. But yeah, we had an absolutely cracking go at Crash 1, 2, and 3, in particular 1 and 3. So I've been seeing that a lot of people have been dying to the same hurdle on this game, and to be honest, I think I'm going to join them. It's a boss that I had a lot of trouble with as a kid. I remember I had something like 40 lives going into it as a kid, and then I lost all of those 40 lives, and then game overed like 3 times before finally beating him. I'm of course talking about Crunch Bandicoot on the second boss fight. I don't remember the name exactly. So can I be the one player to actually get past that boss? Probably not. It's weird as well. The last time I did Wrath of Cortex, I beat him first try, and that's the only time I've ever beaten him first try. But even if I somehow beat the second boss, there's actually a worse boss. Boss number 3 and even boss number 5. Both of those are more difficult, in my opinion, than boss number 2. And I have to give Wrath of Cortex a lot of credit for that. It has genuinely good boss fights, with the exception of, well, the mine part where you just beat Crunch automatically just by playing. Like, you just don't press anything, but that's not really a boss fight. It's kind of more like a cameo that Crunch has. But the 4th boss fight is the only boss fight that I think is not all that interesting. They tried to do like a take on the engine fights from Crash 2 and in particular Crash 3, but they failed miserably. It's a really awful fight. It's repetitive. The same cycles just happen over and over and over again. He slowly gets weaker over time, so the fight starts really easy, and then the fight starts somewhat difficult, and then it gets easier. So it leads to a bit of an anticlimactic finish. Because even when you do that on Crash Bandicoot 2, engine gets weaker, but then he comes back with a new attack, so it kind of keeps it fresh. They could have done with that with Crunch. They could have done with having it so that he had some kind of second phase. Right, okay, right trigger is to barrel roll, but I don't think I've ever in my life lost to this level. So I'm not anticipating to start now. In fact, I think there's only one level in the first warp room that could cause me problems, and that's level 5. Whoa, I need to be careful here. I just said that I've never died to this level, and here I am on the meaning of life. Luckily, there's a lot of health crates. There's like 4 or 5 in this entire level. Wait, where's my health? There it is. Interesting, hitting the balloon didn't give me health, but hitting the box did. I thought it was like the opposite, where hitting the box gave you a life or something, and then hitting the balloon gave you health. But yeah, we can see right now that the bosses that are commandeering the planes, if you look closely, you can see like Tiny, Dingodile, Engine, all commandeering planes. They're not aggressive enough for this level to ever be an issue, especially when you compare it to the original Crash 3 plane levels. Bamboozled. I'm not sure if you get to keep Akus in Bamboozled, so I might save that one till last. Let's do Wizards and Lizards next. Our first kind of like run away from the camera level. It's weird actually. Warp Room 1 of Crash Bandicoot Crash Bandicoot Warped is actually one of the best warp rooms in Crash Bandicoot Warped, because it actually has a decent variety of levels in it. with wizards and lizards. Oh shit, I lost an Aku. Luckily, there's another Aku further on in the level, I seem to recall. Not entirely sure how I lost that one. How early that bonus stage is, I forgot about that. There it is. So usually you'd have triple Aku at this point. There we go, now we've got triple Aku. Not that it's going to help us against the dinosaur. And from what I can remember, it's only pits that can kill you on this part, and there's actually, like, no enemies. I think there are bats that are just randomly flying around, actually. There's one. I'm not sure if they can actually kill you, though. He gets quite close to you, to be fair. He gets right up your ass. He's not as far away as I was expecting. I have to do a bit of slide jumping just to stay ahead. There we go. Cool. And that's the only time he chases us in the level, so we are now good. I can't see myself dying to anything else on this stage. Death Root as well. But yeah, we did so good at Crash Bandicoot 3 that I actually 100% any percented it and then started collecting gems, but I just completely lost interest. Like, I planned to play for like an hour. I'd already been going for like an hour and 20 or something like that. And then I was like, oh man, okay, getting all the gems is going to take forever. I've got work in the morning. I didn't plan on living this long. So I got like 5 or 6, something like that, gems after that, and then I died. But I know if I had like chose to do it on a day where I had longer and I had made it that far, then I would have lasted probably up until like 15 gems or something at least. But yeah, hindsight is a wonderful thing. If it hasn't crashed, literally. Oh, thank God. I thought the level crashed then. That loading screen was scarily long. All right, let's go the safe way. With each cross path, there's usually a safe way and a less safe way. Alright, this is going well. We're maintaining both of our masks, which is good. I'm not sure if the pistons are insta-kill on this level or not. Guess we're going to find out soon. But the GameCube version does have fewer pistons. It's not quite as powerful as the PlayStation 2 was because it came out earlier. So they had to like render fewer things on screen. And it just so happens, I guess the pistons having too many moving up and down caused problems for the GameCube. So this level will be slightly easier than it would be on PS2, but not by like a substantial amount. Here they are. You have to be careful with the pistons as well because the pistons, you can actually take damage from them sometimes when they're going up. Oh great, we got another mask, we're fine. Not a problem. This is a really good game to go for Platinum Relics on. I called this game a 6 out of 10 when I started the Platinum Relics series. I was like, it's an okay game. And it still is just an okay game, but it is a better okay game. I've now upped my score for this game to a 7 out of 10. So it's not on par with the other games in the original trilogy or the Insane trilogy. But it is definitely better than I gave it credit for. And I think the relics have a big part to play in that. The relics are fun. Getting, especially on the platforming levels. Even the vehicle levels aren't that bad, really, getting the relics on. Alright, what level is this again? Bamboozled. Okay, this level is quite difficult to stay alive on if you're going quick. But if you're just taking your time, I've got no Aku, which is annoying. But if you just take your time, it shouldn't be a problem. Because the only thing that's really going to kill you is accidentally going too fast and then just falling off. So we're just going to press the ball. Well, man, that sounds so wrong. Press the controller to make the ball go slower. Especially because without Akkus, and I believe this level doesn't have any Akkus, nitro crates, you got to be careful for nitro crates. That will just take me to boxes. I think the nitro crates kind of show up like a little bit later. Again, you can do a fast strat there, but why take the risk? It's just not worth it. Anyone from England may remember the game Screwball Scramble. Used to be like on every kid's random Christmas buy list from like your mom. And this level used to remind me so much of Screwball Scramble. Okay, what's the best way to do this? Nitro crates are down, so let's go up. Just so that there's not a chance I might accidentally slide into them. Go over the high road. Great callback. And then, yeah, let's play it safe, destroy all nitros. And there we have it. We almost got all the boxes as well. We're only 25 off. Alright, let's do boss number 1. And this is a boss I've also died to before. Oh, I've just realized your Akkus actually carry over. Even though they get taken during the level, it keeps track of how many you had from the level before they were taken away. That's pretty cool. I've not seen that before. Or I've not paid attention to it anyway. It's a shame they didn't utilize Crunch a little bit more after this game, because he has a lot of potential. Whoa. He does quite a lot of damage if he touches you, so you have to be really careful there. I think he does like 30% or something like that. And there's no health pickups in this level. There we go. Kid me used to think that he was hiding inside a giant acorn. I was like, why is this acorn doing fire damage to me? I've also never seen what happens if he gets all 3 rocks. That's just never happened to me. I've never been good at doing this fight quickly, because just controlling this thing is not the easiest thing in the world. Then again, when he does touch them, they turn red. I'm not sure, like, it's probably, like, it is probably possible for him to get all of them red, but it's probably unlikely. When it was just 2, it's probably more likely. Kind of interesting if there's some kind of, like, weird meteor shower if he manages to get all of them orange. That's the Cortex zap sound there. Hey, watch out, he's coming back. Oh, he's got 3 there, or he had 3. Alright, the little rocks only do a few % of damage, so they're not a big deal. There's the big one. Ah, oof. That was a big drop. Not quite 30% like I thought, but it was still pretty big. One more. Where is it? Oh, it's behind him. Like a pantomime, it's behind you. Come on. Where is it? Oh, went right past it. Of course, it's the one that he had to touch. It's right there. Come on. Frick. What a fight. One for the ages. There we go. There we go. The most useless power-up in the game. The sneak shoes. They're only useful in like 2 or 3 circumstances. But like once you've got the bazooka, you can just bypass those like circumstances anyway. So it's not worth having. They should have had like some kind of like levels where you had to like sneak past enemies, like, or they would throw javelins at you, kind of like they did in Twin Sanity with the guys.
When are you in that super?
All right, was that still Clancy Brown there? Sounded like it. Sounded like Mr. Krabs. All right, that's Jungle Rumble. Oh, now it's robbing me of masks. Banzai Bonsai, that sinking feeling would take away masks. Potentially take away masks anyway. So yeah, it probably makes sense to get this one out of the way first, just in case it does take away masks. I could always theoretically go back and collect masks, because that's what I've done in previous iterations. Bricks. How much damage these kamikaze guys do to you? Oh man, the barrel roll doesn't work either. You have no evasive maneuvering in this thing. Gotta be careful I don't use all the health crates, because I'm probably going to need them. Because it's so noisy as well, sometimes you can't even, like, tell, like, your health is dropping rapidly. Oh, that was a big one. Let's go and get this. We need it. Quick, 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 quick. Oh, he nearly got us there. Right, that's 4. Come on, come on. Oh, there's another health crate. Just need to get to it. Come on, let's just get this. Go for it, go for it. Right, now just avoid damage for a second. There we go, we should be gold. Alright, that had some hairy moments in it. But we made it through one of the hardest levels in the warp room. Alright, Jungle Rumble is probably the next best bet to get some masks. Okay, Jungle Rumble. Rumble in the jungle. I've decided not to go back for Akus because I feel like there's Akus quite early on in this level from what I can remember from the old Relic days. So I don't think it's necessary. I'm not going to die to like these little purple... I don't know what they are actually. But I'm not going to die to these purple guys, so I'm going to make it to the Akus, no problem. And then really it's just about not dying on the car section, which is easier said than done. There's our first Aku, and there's our second. Okay, yeah. I'm not sure if there's a third, but it doesn't really matter, since the car section's really close to here anyway. Oh, warning. Your CPU is going too fast. Ignore. Wait, ignore for this session or yes? No, ignore for this session. Oh no. Me clicking on that's made the rhinos catch right up. Come on, Crash. Nearly got betrayed by my computer there. Call yourself a gaming PC struggling with Crash the Wrath of Cortex. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, there goes our first Aku. That's why we needed them, though. It was just for circumstances like that. Got one more for the particularly tricky section towards the end. Nearly went down the hole then. Okay, it's here. Alright. This is what I kept the Aku for, and I think we're home free. Oh, okay, yeah, I think we are, right? Log, I think? Yes. Cool. Alright, That was the only part of the level that was somewhat worrying, but we got through it. Okay, that's good. All right, that's 2 levels down from Warp Room 2, which brings us a step closer to the ultimate crunch barrel that kills everybody. Also, I can speed up. I forgot that I can use tab to just speed up through the loading screens. I've been sat there waiting for them patiently this entire time. And these loading screens are really slow. All right, Shell Shenanigans. We've still got an Aku from the previous level, and now we've got 2, so I am not worried at all for this level. This level does have a killer soundtrack, though, I'll give it that. No matter what else you might say about these kinds of levels, killer soundtrack really does make you feel like you're underwater. Soundtrack is probably the best thing about the Wrath of Cortex, I'll be honest. And as this is the first underwater level, I'm not really expecting any kind of issue with it. It's going to be easy. Going to be a walk in the puddle, as they say. I must turn down the volume after this, though, just in the off chance it's coming through my mic. Alright, enter the bathysphere. Not to be confused with the atmosphere, which is what you use on the Solar Bowler level. I used to call it a hamster ball as a kid. Atmosphere was a stretch too far for my tiny brain. Oh, forgot about those nitros. It's alright, we still got 1 Aku left. Crystal in the bag. And the final stretch of bombs, and there we are home free. Oh, never mind. I'd let go. I thought that was the end. I've now got no Akus. Great. That was a really, really rookie mistake by me. I thought that was the final stretch. Let me just turn down this volume a little bit. Okay, what we got left? We got level 8, which is Banzai Bonsai. Ooh, this is a level I wish I had Akus in. Mind you, the thing that's most likely to kill me in this level is not an enemy, it's actually the platforming. Coco handles obviously a little bit differently to Crash in this game. It's before they kind of made her and Crash basically equivalent. So her jumps are a little bit different, and, you know, you can just get a little bit used to the way Crash's jumps work. Are they going to go back in? No, they're not. Okay. Permanently out. Damn, I was hoping to pick up an Aku already. Apparently not yet. Avoid that pelican. This is why I wanted the Akus, was for this kind of forced perspective part. Just in case. For the Ninja Lab assistants. Damn, not a single Aku there. Please tell me there's one just beyond here. I've died falling off that step before. Not gonna lie. Ah, there you are. Okay. Ooh. Past the koi fish, and that's just a life. I can ignore that. If it was an Aku, I might have been tempted to have a go at it. But yeah, this is one of the best levels in Crash Bandicoot, and I'm counting like all levels across games. Second Aku with gold. Just don't... I've actually died jumping over this crate before. when I was going for the relic. I was like on pace to beat either Caddy or Lewis's time, and I just jumped straight over it. Luckily, didn't get caught there. If that was high time, which is what caught me out on Crash 3, I'd have been burnt to a cocoa then. Somehow killed that guy, even though my kick completely missed him. Triple Aku to finish off. Sword. We'd have nothing to fear now. Cool. Alright. We've only got one level left before the big one. Okay, H2, oh no. I don't remember this level. Oh, it's another bathysphere level. Yeah, okay, should be fine. We don't have to go ludicrously fast or furious. Again, just play it safe. I've got Akus, of course, but I'd rather not waste them needlessly. There we go, wasted it needlessly. Great. Twice needlessly, wow. That's quite a turnaround. Gonna have to be really careful now that I don't get caught out by another bomb or something. Or a tiny pufferfish. Ooh, that was a little bit too close for comfort. Absolute gauntlet, that parry's in the relic. It took me forever to nail the timing down to get through that quickly to beat Caddy. Oh, we got another chance at an Aku though. Okay, that helps. Eel Deal coming up now, where we've got the sewage kind of vibe with an electric floor. Only this time there's not an eel causing it, it's just a constant electrical surge. So there's no taking this part particularly slowly. You've just gotta hope for the best, really. Not disrupt your rhythm. I love this section. It reminds me of BioShock. Not the biggest or hugest fan of the BioShock games. I've only played the first one and the second one. But, like, they're solid games, but, like, I didn't think they were as mind-blowing as some of my friends did. Fuck! That's what I get for bitching about BioShock. Never mind, rewarded with an Aku Aku. That means the game itself has mixed opinions on it. Ooh. I will say though, the twist at the end of BioShock was absolutely what was great. It just the game itself got a little bit repetitive for me over time. Because you kind of like face the same normal enemies quite regularly. Kind of like Crash of the Titans, you just keep facing hordes and hordes of the same enemies as you play. Wasn't quite enough variety for my taste. But then again, that was me playing it like 10 years after it came out, so bear that in mind. Okay, here we are, the big one, the boss. Bitching about BioShock, and I've got bigger things to worry about right now. A bigger Big Daddy than Big Daddy. I'm going to be his little sister with some brain damage. In fact, drain damage? Oh, it's Drain Bash that's in Crash Bash, okay. Well, there we have it. I died on the very first jump. I was just in that absolute shock. I went and picked up another beer and then came back to record this outro. You know, I expected this boss fight to be the point where I probably would die. I said it earlier on in the run. But the very first jump, wow, that's special. That's special even for me. But, you know, a challenge is a challenge. I would have loved to at least have gotten further than everyone else who died to this boss fight. but it was not me. It was not to be. It was not me. So that is the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next One Life challenge, which is going to probably be Crash Bandicoot 4, only this time the real one.